everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be learning how to cut this beautiful sleeveless top with front buttons and a slit in front. So if it's something you would love to learn, do well to watch to the end of the video, like, share and subscribe. So let's get right into the main video. So the first thing is to take our vertical measurement. From the top here is our starting point and our shoulder line. I'm going to be marking my button allowance of 1.5 inches all the way down, and then I'll connect the point with a straight line. So from the top here, I'm going to come down to mark my bust point. From my shoulder to my bust point, it's 9.5 inches. I'll mark that all the way and extend the line across. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my under bust point. From my shoulder to my under bust is 12 inches. I'll mark that and extend the point across. Then from the shoulder line again, I'm going to come down to mark my waist point. From my shoulder to my waist point in front is 16 inches, while from my shoulder to my waist point at the back is 14.5 inches. So I'm going to mark the 16 inches all the way and then extend the line across. So I'm going to come down to mark the length of my top, the length I'll be working with. I'm going to be marking 24 inches. It depends on what you want. It can be longer or shorter than this, and I'll extend the point across as well. I'll go ahead and label my lines appropriately. This is my full length, this is my waistline, this is my under bust line, and this is my bust line. Make sure at this point all your measurements are taken after your button allowance. So I'm going to come here to divide my shoulder by 2. I'll mark the answer here. At that point, I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my basic neck of 3 inches, though we'll not be needing this, but I'll just mark it anyway so that the beginners in the house will have an idea of how to draft a basic bodice. So I'll come down by 3 inches for my neck depth, and I'll connect the point together this way. The next thing is to mark my chest line, and to mark your chest line, you're going to divide your bust by 6, then add 1.5 inches to the measurement. I got 7, and I'm going to extend that point across this way. On my chest line, this is my chest line. On my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement here to have a straight line from up, and I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. So I'm going to come to this line here, dividing it into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint, and I'm going to mark the midpoint here. At the midpoint, I will go in by 1/2 inch, come to the chest line, mark my bust circumference divided by 4, and I'll connect the point together to form my armhole. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to mark our dart, and to mark your dart, you are going to divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. I'll mark it on the chest line, on the bust line, under bust line, and all the way to the full length. I'll go ahead and connect the point together with a straight line. So this side is our center front, while the other side is our side front. I'll just indicate it here. This is the center front and this is our side front. So I'm going to come to the under bust line. On the center front, I'm going to be marking 1/2 inch. Then on the side front, I'll mark 1 inch. But if you're a plus size person, you can mark 1.5 inches or 1 inch on the center front, and then on the side front, you can mark 2 inches. I'll mark 1/2 inch here as well on the waistline, and then 1 inch on the side front. I'll go ahead and connect the point together with a straight line this way. So I'm going to come down from the bust line by 1 inch, and I'll connect with my curve roof from the under bust all the way to the 1 inch this way. I'll do the same thing on this other side. So from the full length, I'm going to come up by 3 inches. This is where I want my dart to stop, and I'll connect all the way to that point like so. So the next thing, it depends on where you want your top to start. So from the bust line, I came up by 3 inches from the bust line, and I'm going to extend this point across. Like I said, it depends on how covered you want your top to be. Then I'll extend this point to this line here. So I'm going to mark up 1 inch on both sides of our dart leg here at this point as well, and I'll connect from this point to the initial line this way. The next thing we are going to do after connecting this is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. This 1 inch, we took for that here. I'm going to replace it here on the chest line. Then I'll come to the under bust and divide my under bust by 4, the 1.5 inches for that. I'll replace it. I'll come to the waistline, divide my waist by 4, the 1.5 inches. I'll replace it. Then I'll come to the full length, divide my hip by 4. So if you look at the thumbnail, the hip area is a bit free, so I added 1 inch for ease. This is not the sewing allowance, so I added 1 inch for ease. Depends on what you want. You can, if you don't want yours free, you can just leave it like that. All right, then I'm going to be adding 1 inch as my sewing allowance to all the measurement. Don't forget to add your sewing allowance, and I'll go ahead and shape my pattern. So this is what we have. The next thing we are going to do right now is to mark our bust dart. And to mark your bust dart, this is the difference you have from your shoulder to your waist in front and back. From my shoulder to my waist in front is 16 inches, while the back is 14.5 inches. So the difference is 1.5 inches. I came down by that 1.5 inches from the bust line, and we're going to be cutting this out, and I connected it back to the bust line. So I'll come to the baseline. From the dart leg, I'll come in by 1 inch. We are trying to create that slit, that opening we have in front. I'll mark the 1 inch here. Then on the waistline, I'm going to be coming down by 2.5 inches. It depends on where you want your slit to start from. You can do 3 inches, 1 inch, 2 inches. Then I will extend this point into the zipper allowance. I'll connect from the zipper allowance all the way to that point. So I realized that the opening in front will be too wide for me, so I decided to come in from the dart leg by 2 inches, but it depends on what you want. If you want your opening very wide in front, you can just maintain that 1 inch. So I'm just going to reconnect this line. Like I said, I came in from the dart leg by 2 inches, and I'll connect from here to that 2 inches this way. So this will be okay for me. I'll just clean out this first line this way, and this is basically it for the front pattern. I'll go ahead and cut it out. Before you cut out, please do well to close down your bust dart so you can adjust your lines if they are not aligning. So I'll just adjust my line here. After closing it, my lines were not aligning, so I just adjusted it. I'll go ahead and cut it out, and this is basically it for the front pattern. You can see what we have here. So to give it a bit of curve, I'm going to come up by 1 inch from the side front this way and connect it back into the line with my curve rule like this, and I'll cut out this side like this to give it a nice curve around this area. So this is where our buttons will sit. So we're going to keep this aside just so we can work on the back pattern. So I've already gone ahead to rule out the necessary lines we need for the back, from my shoulder to my bust point, which is 9.5, then to the waist point at the back, which is 14.5, and then to the full length. So I'm going to come to the shoulder line, divide my shoulder by 2, and at that point I'll come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope. I'll come here to mark my neck width of 3 inches. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the neck width. I'll come here to mark my neck depth of 1 inch. I'll connect from the neck width all the way to the neck depth with my curve rule. The next thing is to mark our chest line. Divide your bust by 6, add 1.5 inches to the measurement, just the way we did for the front pattern. I will extend that point across. Then on the chest line, this is my chest line, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurements here to have a straight line from up. I'll connect from the shoulder slope all the way to the point we just marked on the chest line. So I'll come here, divide what I have here into 2 equal halves to get the midpoint. At that point, I'll go in by 1/2 inch. I'll come to the chest line, divide my bust circumference by 4, and I'll connect the point together to form my armhole. So this is what we have. The next thing is to mark out our dart. Divide your nipple to nipple measurement by 2 minus 3.5. I'll mark it on the chest line, on the bust line, on the waistline all the way to the full length, and I'll go ahead and connect the point together with a straight line. So I'll come to the waistline, mark half an inch on both sides of our dart leg here. So I'm going to come down by 1 inch from the chest line, and then from the baseline I'm going to come up by 3 inches. I'll go ahead and connect my dart. So we have our dart here. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to impute our round body measurement. We've already marked our bust measurement. I'll come to the waist line, divide my waist by 4. I'll mark it here. Then the 1 inch for that, I'm going to replace it. I'll come to the full length, impute my hip measurement divided by 4 here, and then 1 inch for ease on the hip line. I'll go ahead and shape my pattern. So now we're going to add 1 inch to all the measurement, which is going to be for our sewing allowance. Go ahead and add your sewing allowance to your pattern. I'll go ahead and shape it out as well. So this is what we have for the back pattern. From the baseline, I'll come up by 1 inch to give it a bit of curve, just the way we did for the front, and then I'll connect it into the line this way. And this is basically it for the back. I'll go ahead and cut it out. So this is the center back and this is the side back. This is what we have. So this is the both pattern. So we are going to be cutting times 2 of this, times 2 of this as well. For the center back, you can decide to cut it on fold, or you will have too many pieces, or you can decide to cut it times 2 as well. So if you look at the thumbnail closely, you will notice that this top has a joining at the waist. So that means we are going to be cutting from the waist and then rejoin it back when we are sewing. But if you don't want that, if you want to leave it this way, you can as well leave it, all right? But following the thumbnail, what we have on the thumbnail, we're going to be cutting from the waist like this. So it has like a half length, and this is what you are going to have after cutting it. So you're going to join the lower part to the upper part after cutting it out. When you're sewing, you're going to join this together and then join it back to the upper part. So make sure to label it. This is the up, so that you don't get confused when you are sewing this. And this is basically all for today's tutorial. So if you find this video helpful, please do well to like, share, subscribe. If there's anything you don't understand, please do well to drop it in the comment section, and I will do well to reply to all your questions in the comment section. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Do well to like, share, and I'll see you in the next video.